Well, once again, we're on the Aygo and we're on the finishing stretch. I've got the gear linkages on, the clutch cable on, I've got the battery tray back in, fuse box remounted, I've got a few earth cables left to put back on the positive for the battery. I'm about to go underneath and put the drive shafts back on. Well, I'm going to put one of them back on, and then I'm going to fill the gearbox up with oil through the other drive shaft hole. But I think once I've got this drive shaft back on, I'm going to put the splash guard back in, and that's out of the way. Then it's done. But drive shaft in, ball joint on, this side's finished. And I've got two brackets here to put back on, but they go on the front of the gearbox. And that's everything accounted for then. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Right, I've got the passenger drive shaft in, ball joints on, and I've got the big nut on the drive shaft. All I've got to do is torque that nut up. I'll have to wait to do that until I've got the car on the floor. So I'm going to go and put some gearbox oil in the car now, and I'm going to put it in through the other drive shaft aperture. I'm just going to put a litre in for now, and then the fill plug is up there, and I'll fill the rest up through the hole until it dribbles out. But for now, I'm going to put some oil into the drive shaft aperture up there, just to get some oil in the gearbox. Oh, we are getting there slowly. Then there's a couple of brackets I've got to put on, but they're neither here nor there. Right, next drive shaft. Have some fun putting that one back in now. Ball joint's the hardest bit. There's so much tension on that ball joint. Well, we've got drive shaft number 2 in, the driver's side. I'm just going to torque the big nut up now with the rattle gun. And once it's on the floor, I'll put the proper torques on them, so let's just rattle that up. .30mm 12 point you've got to use on them. Now for gearbox oil, and then a couple of brackets and in a wheel arch liner, and we're done. And a test drive, of course. Right, I've got the fill plug out, and it's up there. These gearboxes hold 1.7 litres of 75/90, and it has to be GL4. and I will fill it up until it starts to dribble out of the fill plug. I know it's got enough in it then. I'm going to see if I can get the bottle in from above so it can drain in under gravity, because I'm not going to be able to squeeze it all in like this. I had to get ingenious to fill the gearbox up, so I've had to find a funnel, a long piece of clear tube, and run the tube down the front of the gearbox, zip tie the funnel to the radiator cap, and run it down and let gravity fill the gearbox up. I just physically can't get the bottle in so I can get it vertical to let gravity work, and I can't squeeze the bottle hard enough to get the fluid in. So this is how I'm going to get the oil in the gearbox. I'm just going to place the drain pan underneath, so if any comes out, any drips, I'm not going to spill it on the floor. So I'm going to get on and fill this gearbox up now. There's the oil. We're using 75/90. And just let gravity do its job. That's what it's here for. It's the most powerful energy force on the planet. Let it work for you. What do they say? Work smarter, not harder. So I'm going to finish off this now, get that litre in. There's another 0.7 of a litre to put in. And then I can start thinking about putting the wheel arch liner in and putting all the other little brackets on and finishing the job off. So let me do this. I'll bring you back when I'm finished. Right, just to recap what we've done today, we've got the battery tray in, we've got the gearbox filled with oil, both drive shafts on, all electrical connections connected back up, earths on the gearbox, lambda sensor connected back up, reverse sensor connected back up, gear linkages and clutch connected back up, and I've just put the wheel arch liner in place, but I haven't fastened it on yet. I'm going to leave that till later tonight when I come home. I'm going to put the battery on charge, ready for tomorrow. When I put the wheels back on, adjust the clutch and go for a test drive. So I think I've had quite a good day today. That will do for today. So that's today's instalment finished. Yeah, we've had a good day. I'll tell you something that really annoys me. When you take something apart that you think somebody may have taken apart in the past, why they never ever put everything back. Now, when I took this apart, I was missing so many push pins. This wheel arch liner was not secure. Now, I've replaced every single push pin on this side of the car. There's not a fastener missing now. This is how it should be. If you take something apart and you break a push pin, buy a new one. They're not expensive. Just put a new one in. I know they're a pain in the arse to get out, but these wheel arch liners do such a good job of keeping all the crap out of your wings. You've got to put them back in. just do it. Just go out and buy a bloody box of push pins. Right, all I've got left to do is put a battery on, put the wheel on. Battery's there on charge, that's where it's staying for the rest of the night, because I am not starting it tonight. It's 11 o'clock at night, so the battery can stay there. I can then clear the mountain bikes out of the garage, move the junk I've left behind the car, and then I can get this out of the garage, test drive it, and give it back to Jason, the owner of the car, because he's coming back from university on Friday. He's coming down from Lancaster, and I think he'd appreciate having his car back. So, I know it's taken me nearly 2 weeks to do this job, but to be honest, I wasn't in any rush, because I knew I'd got the car for a couple of weeks, and I wanted to put it back together in a better state than I found it. Everything has gone back on, everything's got a home, and everything is where it should be, and that's how a job should be done. I'm going to throw the wheel back on now, and I've had enough. I've done what I need to do today. Tomorrow morning I will drop it on the floor, battery on, start it up, check the clutch, make sure it engages gears, and then I can deliver the car back. And then I can put the MR2 back in the garage where it belongs, rather than being outside on the drive, getting wet. Because I've noticed tonight it's all steamed up inside, and I don't want to look inside it because I got a horrible feeling the roof's leaked and it's full of water again. So, do that. I'm signing off for this bit of the video tonight, and when I bring you back it'll be on the test drive. Thanks for watching.